I'm not just some nobody. I'm here to review a very fun action sequel because welcome back to the James Rambling Reviews for yet another review. And in today's review, I'm reviewing for you Nobody 2. And before I get into how I feel about this movie and stuff like that, I will give you a bit of context on how I feel about the first film. And I'm not going to spoil this entire film because it's been out for about a week or so, and there's still a chance for people to go and see the movie. So I don't want to spoil it because it's a very recent film, so that is all of that. But just so you know, the first Nobody, I really enjoy that film. I've seen it more than once, and I did watch it the other night before going to see Nobody 2 yesterday, so I could bring myself up to speed and remember what this movie was about. And so it was a really fun action movie where it's pretty much like the old man Bob Odenkirk version of John Wick, where a guy has to go out and seek revenge because something personal, something horrible has happened to his family or somebody he knows close to him, and he has to go out for revenge and seek it really, really well and go out there and give people what they deserve by giving them a punch in the face and stuff like that. So it's all of that kind of stuff where it's on for an hour and a half, and so when they did start showing the trailers for Nobody 2, I was like, you know what? This could be a fun little movie. Sure, maybe this movie didn't need a sequel, but sure, could it be fun? And so there is all of that. And so what you need to know about Nobody 2 is that it is a direct sequel to the first film, where you have, Bob Odenkirk in this movie. You've got Christopher Lloyd, who has also been in, the Back to the Future films, and it's pretty much him and his family go on vacation. You see this in the trailers. Him and his family go on vacation. He wants to take a break from the usual Monday to Sunday Groundhog Day, where he's just having a point where he's constantly doing the same things over and over again. He doesn't want to keep being an assassin, a guy that beats people up. But because he goes to this vacation, crazy stuff starts happening. There's always something behind the scenes, always something looming in the background that he has to go and solve to be able to protect his family and have a good time at Plummerville. And so that's what this is all about. And I'm just going to say this right now that, yeah, this is a really fun sequel. There is some really fun, entertaining action sequences throughout this movie where you just start to see him just slam guys' faces. Sure, there is points where you can argue, oh yeah, it's predictable because you've seen this kind of movie before, because it's, the second movie in the franchise now, and they're kind of starting to do the same thing over and over again. But I think, the whole theme park setting kind of does spice up things and make things like a more light-hearted, fun movie. Because the first movie, there are moments where it's like dark at night or he's fighting on a bus, but in this movie, they decide to change it up where it's like summer. It's like the summer vibes are going for it, and you feel that when it's on a vacation and there's a fight on a duck boat and things like that. And so I will say that it's not a perfect movie, especially because you kind of know where it's going. There's one moment in this movie where you're like, yeah, yeah, I know what kind of card you're trying to play here with these certain characters and how it all turns out and things like that. So I will say that, nothing comes close to the bus fight scene in the first movie, where it is one of the most entertaining fight scenes in a film. And yeah, I just enjoyed Nobody 2. It gives you exactly what you're looking for. It's a fun, entertaining movie with plenty of action to go around, and it's a 90-minute film, so it's on for an hour and a half, so it just flies by. You don't really notice it at all. And there is a fun post-credit scene in this movie. Given the fact that if this movie makes a lot of money, we will see a Nobody 3, and I wouldn't be mad at that because it is just a fun movie. And so that is how I felt about Nobody 2. Let me know how you felt about this movie, as it has been out for over a week now. So if you enjoyed the movie, comment down below. If you didn't really like the movie, then let me know as well. But yeah, I enjoyed this movie, and that is pretty much how I felt about this movie as I watched it, yesterday with my mum and dad. So yeah, stay tuned for more reviews like this one, and hope you enjoyed this review of the James Ramblin' Reviews. So yeah, bye. I'm not just some nobody. I'm a guy that reviews movies non-stop. So yeah, bye bye bye.